Our guests today are Stefan and Chloe, currently chartering the British Virgin Islands on King's Ransom. We discuss murder mysteries, ecstatic dancing, and yoga. This is Stephanie Lowry, and you're listening to the Songs in the Sails podcast. Have you always not been the chef? You were the chef before, yes?
Yeah, I used to be the chef, but then I found that I was just in the galley the whole time, and guests were like, Chloe, can you come? Can you do this? Can we all want to do that? We want to do that. And I'm like, I can do yoga, or I can make breakfast, or I can do all these things with you, or you get lunch. So in the end, we were just like, it's so critical for guests to just have this connection and this really heartfelt connection, and feel like they're really being seen and heard, and that somebody gets exactly what's going on, and have this kind of seamless, beautiful experience. And I became the first maid exclusively. And what we call me is the experience maker. I'm the extraordinary experience maker.
I like that.
And so we have a live-in chef and stew.
Okay.
So we're four. Yeah.
So that's good. But do you think you'll... Yeah, for sure. Do you think you'll do that always moving forward?
Yes. I'm not going back to the galley.
Yeah. Now, do you think that the group, the four of you, will stay like a unit, or it might change?
Well, we're still forming that because we get to know each other as well. We took over the boat only 5 months ago. So it's new and growing as a team. And there was a change, but that change is part of life. But in the end, the core team, me and Chloe, that's always given.
Right.
And the other bit, we rise to the challenge. And so it's always a very nice energy on the boat.
Yeah, I think we might mix it up as well.
Yeah.
Because it's fun. Like it's been really cool working with different people. And everybody brings something unique to the table. But I really love that we are now focusing. We make sure the stew is also a masseuse, and that the chef is has a kind of more wellness background, or interest at least, and understands all the different diets. And ideally, what we've started doing is picking crew from white boats, so that they really get the sense of gourmet food and service, and we work on the kind of personable front of house.
Yeah, that's great. All right. So now that you've said all these wonderful things about that, let's start with, where are you currently chartering, and what boat are you currently on?
Currently, we're on the British Virgin Islands, and we're on a boat called King's Ransom. It's a South African matrix. What we like about King's Ransom is that it has a boat of character. We have a lot of support from the owner to create a charter program which suits us and which we believe the clients will love, and which is new to the market. There's a lot of space for Chloe's yoga and activities, and the British Virgin Islands is just amazing for charter. All the islands are close together. It's protected from the big ocean swell, so it's just relaxed ocean sailing. We used to do a lot of passages and big sailing in the past, but for charter and giving people a relaxed time, BVIs is amazing.
Yeah. All right. So how did you get started in the chartering industry?
It's quite a long story.
I met Stefan in Bali, and he had his own boat.
Okay.
So that was 16 years ago. And then we sailed around the world, long story short. And and then when we were in the Med, we started chartering out our boat, cabins in his boat, really.
Yeah.
And we were like, oh, this is interesting. This is fun. We're meeting really cool people. We're having great experiences and getting paid for it.
Right.
And then we actually got headhunted by Tamas from, do you know Exquisite Yachts? He's making Exquisite.
Yes.
And he found us, and he was like, hey guys, do you want to work on my boat? And that's how we started chartering. And that was 7 years ago.
Yeah. Okay. And then you got to the BVI just through that eventually. After the Med, you came over.
Yeah, we did charter
we were in
Panama.
Yeah, we lived in Panama for a couple of years as well on our own boat, and we chartered a friend's 7-cabin boat, and we were doing charters in San Blas Islands and around Panama, around Bocas del Toro. So yeah, so it's 16 years. It's hard for me to remember all the places.
Been so many cool places. Like I don't remember that part of it, I guess, when we've hung out in the past. That's really neat that where all the places that you've chartered or been or lived and together. Where are you both from?
So I'm from Germany.
And I'm from England.
But we both have left our countries. I think for me, it's been 25 years. And for Chloe, it's been, I don't know, 20
about
years.
The same, yeah.
And so citizens, home will always be home. But we made great connection and we set up our base.
And we get on really well with Americans. Then we worked with Americans for, I don't know, at least 7 years for the most part. I say pants and other American words, which my mom is always, what are you talking about?
That's funny. I say things all the time and my kids think I'm weird, but I've picked up words from all different cultures in this industry. Like I meet all kinds of people from walks of life. Well, even in the music industry too, but a lot more so, I feel like, in the yachting. Okay, so what does your day look like then as a captain and a deckhand, right? Deckhand or first mate?
No, first mate.
Experience maker.
Experience maker. As the experience maker.
Well, you start, because mine's more interesting.
Sure. Well, we both get up way before the guests get up. The breakfast bar, just tidy up, start the coffee, make maybe a morning juice. We move away from coffee, offer them like health juices, power juices in the morning.
Right.
I just go see that no gull pooped on my deck, just all the checks you have, see that everything is all right, that the cushions are ready. And then before breakfast, we offer some activity, does some yoga. If somebody want to go diving with me, then then breakfast. Then we normally have some activity after breakfast. And then we do one move to another island. We only do one move a day because there's so much activity and so much to see. Then we have lunch and then more activity in the afternoon. I'm a dive instructor, so I do a lot of diving, or if I can get them tempted to maybe do some free diving with meditation or with some breath work. And then in the evening,
kite surfing.
Yeah, we had a surf charter the other day.
He does like tubing and all the water sports, mostly boarding. And he's obviously really good at it all himself.
Yeah, it's really nice to see when people try something new and they get better at it. There's some people there with the e-foil, they just don't want to get off it. Or with the wing foil, they start training. And it's just nice to see when people have just so much enjoyment. I love it.
And Stefan can keep up with the best of the 16-year-old boys, let me tell you.
Yeah. That's good.
He puts them through their paces.
Yeah, I bet they keep you very busy, for sure.
Yeah, but we love it.
We love it, yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean, even excursions or hikes I like to be active. I like to show them the beauty above and below the water surface.
Yeah.
I like the nature.
And you have scuba on board, right? You don't have.
I have a compressor. I have the whole set.
Nice.
And we have
he does courses as well. He does Discover Scuba.
Yeah.
And you certify. Last week he did dives with people and certified somebody to be open water. I still don't know how we managed to do that, but we did.
You get up early and you get into the water.
Yeah, so I took my course here in Georgia, and then I was certified by a crew in the BVI. I did my open water certification out there.
Perfect.
Yeah, I loved it. It was the best. They just transferred my information.
We love it.
The best what people can do is they do the pool dives somewhere else at home.
Yeah.
And then they do the checkout dives, the nice deep dives with us on the boat.
Right.
And then they can get to see it and don't spend too much time learning and doing the skills. But again, we like activities, and this is where we feel like connected with guests. And I think when they do something new and the smile on their face, I mean, it's just nice.
All right. What about you, Chloe? What does your day look like? Anything different from what he said?
Yeah, we dance around each other all day, but I do yoga and meditation for guests between 7 and 8:30.
Mm-hmm.
And then we do breakfast. And then I'm also doing a lot of sports, like I'll do e-foil instruction, maybe if Stefan's doing diving and things like that. So we tend to split up the sports. But I, as well, like for evenings, I love having different activities like every day. We'll do treasure hunts, scavenger hunts. We'll do karaoke night. We'll do a murder mystery. And so I just love organizing all these fun things. We have a lot of dress up. So and even I tell people in advance, all these are options, but you don't have to do anything. You can just relax and read your book. I'm not going to be up in your face the whole time, but it always happens. People have this intrigue, even if it's something they don't normally do.
Right.
So what's this karaoke machine? Even if they hate it, like, why don't you get it out? We get the disco ball out, put some funny shirts on, some funny glasses, and once you get the party started or whatever, people just get into it.
Do you do especially health cocktails in the evening, or do you keep those normal?
I mean, whatever the clients want.
Yeah.
But we do make some very cool mocktails.
Yeah.
Which, for wellness, we've got a juicer and a blender and everything. So we can do smoothie bowls in the morning and things like that, and like ginger turmeric shots in the afternoon. But again, it's just whatever people are after. If they want old fashions, they get old fashioned. So
I've been making golden milk. It's with turmeric, right?
Yum.
Yeah. I really like it a lot.
I love that. Yeah. These guys are all into matcha. I'm not a fan.
It's a thing, right? It'll go away just like everything else. It's a season.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. How do your murder mysteries work?
I have a few sets depending on the theme. I've got like one from like a 1920s gangster thing.
Yeah.
And I've got one based on a boat. And so like everybody dresses up if they want. They can bring things, or I have a whole bag of stuff and they can just play dress up. And then they get into characters, that they get allocated different characters. I let them choose who the characters should be. Stefan and I also take a role as well. Okay. And then the rest of the somebody gets murdered, but not in real life, obviously. And you've got lots of props and silly clues and secrets that you're not supposed to tell, and lots of swindling and cheating and gambling, and people really get into it and they love it. And actually, it's funny. Sometimes you're like, okay, and now it's over, but they still carry on in their character the whole evening. And sometimes after the whole charter, they just carry on making digs at each other. Yeah, I love stuff like that. But also, again, it just depends on the group. So if it's like a fun family group, we'll do it like that. If it's like adults and they want to do, we've got like a little kind of play casino thing, and it just depends on the group. And obviously, if it's more wellness, then we do other things, like we might do an ecstatic dance, or we might do some journaling or read some oracle cards. We do sip and paint for people who want to just try something a little creative, and wine or mocktails, whatever.
Yeah, that's really neat. Okay, since you are world travelers, what is your favorite chartering destination?
So in terms of beauty, I don't really want to say, because I don't want everyone to go there.
We like the remote places. So when we did the Pacific, it was beautiful, but even San Blas in Panama was beautiful.
Yeah.
But I have to say as well, when you travel a lot of years, then you as well, they don't say they're similar, but they always compete with each other. So I found the true beauty is truly, as cliche it sounds, in the eye of the beholder. Yeah. So it's like all the experience you can connect. And there are nights we have in Little Harbor in the BVIs, or where we are somewhere anchored, I don't know, Norman. And if the energy is right, if everyone is happy, then it can be as magical here like anywhere else. So it's really attitude.
Yeah. And also some places are hard to charter in, like Down Island as well, like provisions and meeting people and safety and all the rest of it. So I think obviously Stefan and I are still chartering here 7 years later. So I would say our favorite chartering destination is BVI.
BVI, right. Okay. Okay, how about we just say when you were making meals, what is your favorite meal to make, or what's your favorite health, like conscious meal or snack or
I like making things that are really healthy, but that taste
really good.
Good. Yeah, Stefan loves poke bowls, like seaweed salad and all those kind of like very healthy and vibrant. Like my mum always said, eat the rainbow. And so when I was cooking, I had to have all the colors like in the meal, whatever it was, even if it was like steak and mash, it would have sides or a salad or something that was all very colorful.
My mother-in-law used to say,
but also I'm vegetarian. We're both vegetarian, so we like different things.
When I think about the guests, I do think that being in the Caribbean gets everyone kind of in the mood to be experimental and more flavorful. And I think fish is always a very good staple for charters because you're on the ocean, if we try can source fresh fish, like we very often organize rendezvous fishing trips, where they go out deep sea fishing, and if they get something, we prepare it, and that's of course to connect the experience with, something you and your son caught out there, and then we prepare it. So fish, you're on the ocean, you live on the ocean. That's of course a nice thing,
and it goes well with the white wine and
crisp and fresh and red wine.
Right.
So I think that always goes down really well with the guests.
All right, what's your favorite dive spot?
I can't tell you that. I can't tell you our secrets. I'll tell you what. I'll take my favorite dive spot around here, which we don't go to though, is the cathedral in St. John. I don't know if you've been there.
No, I haven't been.
But like when we're off track, that's where we go. Are you angry that I told you?
No, that's fine.
I can omit it if you want. It'll be my secret.
I'm happy to as well say the Rhone. People hear that again and again, but it doesn't go old. You can't.
Never disappoint.
You don't have. You can't swim through anymore, but it attracts so much fish still. And the oceans are getting emptier, but there you have a good chance of maybe really seeing like a big eagle ray with a span width of 2.5 meters. They're always horse-eye jacks, like almost 1.5 meters. Sharks are always circling. And lobsters, I was there like a week ago, and seriously, there were 50 lobsters even out in the open running around. So it's crazy. Although it's such a well-dived spot, there's so much still to see. And if we have people really keen, I'm happy to take them more remote, Santa Monica Rock or something else, which is closer to the drop-off, which again attracts more fish. But even if you don't catch the fish,
No, also, I think when you have, it depends on the group again, because if you have people who are all about the pictures and they want these cool, like Instagram pictures, then you've got to do the pirate, what's that called? The pirate shipwreck. That's so fun. Like you get such fun photos from that. And so it just depends on the group. Do they want to do wrecks, reefs, colors? How experienced are they?
And I do agree, the Rhone, you'll never dive that same, it'll never be the same dive twice. It's always different every time. So I love it for sure. It was my first official dive. So I'm a little more partial to it than I think.
Cool first dive.
I got really lucky. It was pretty fantastic. And I got to swim through on my second trip down there, through it before it was unable to be swam through. So anyway.
Whoa, nice.
Yeah, I love it.
Did you find gold cones?
No.
If you found the gold coins, they're ours. We planted them.
Levi said that he found gold coins snorkeling on Norman Island. Is that you?
That's ours as well.
Yes, you must charter with you guys to know more secrets. That's the deal, right?
Exactly. That's the trick. Yeah.
What is your favorite activity on charter? I know you like to scuba dive, and I know you like to do yoga and the health and wellness, but what is your favorite thing to do?
Honestly, for me, it's about when I have those conversations with people that it's a genuine connection. So it's like finding those special moments, and you really do get to touch people's lives in the space of a week. things come out, like emotions, things they need to talk about, or it's just, for me, that's what makes it really special. I don't know if you count that as an activity, but we do, sometimes I'll get people into an ecstatic dance, and so we'll just dance around the boat like crazy people before breakfast. And at first there'll always be like 3 or 4 people who are like, what are you doing? You're all nuts. But they get into it. Eventually their shoulders will start, and then before you know it, they're like going completely crazy, and then we'll jump off the top, and then we'll have a swim, like sometimes in all our clothes, and it'll just be like this.
That means sometimes not at all.
Yeah, it'll be like this great liberation, and then we'll have breakfast, and then we'll start the day, and they'll be like, wow, I wish we could do it every day like this. And
yeah.
So those kind of things are special for me.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Yeah. For me, it's sometimes when the moon is out after dinner, we come to the foredeck, we put a few candles out, and I play a bit like some gentle music. And I don't know, sometimes we have some intentions for the moon, or let go of things that don't serve us, and people sharing. And then when I get in the flow of the guitar, and I do like that. I create some stuff, and
Stefan really does really cool stargazing soundscapes. Yeah. And people just like completely trip out on I'm just looking up at the stars with this music.
So the days are often very hectic and so much going on, but the nights, it's just when it's not too windy, it's calm, and it's just beautiful energy from the ocean. And these are not activity, but these are great moments I always love on chart.
How does he create the soundscapes?
How do you create the soundscapes?
Oh, he's got everything. He has all the toys.
Because I'm a one-man band, I do use a looper, and I sometimes use the keyboard for a pad, something flowing in the background. I have my Tibetan bell, maybe as like a higher
sound balls, guitar, and we sing. Magali and I sing sometimes, or
I never do something scripted. I have some bass progressions I work on, but in the end, what I do like that it's unpredictable, and sometimes works, sometimes doesn't.
It's organic.
But I do like the improvisation.
Yeah.
What's his favorite reverb pedal? What's
your favorite reverb pedal?
Okay, reverb. You can't have enough reverb when you do soundscapes. I don't have all the pedals. It's inbuilt in my looping station where I can do some effects, and I have some hall effects. Not too much, but I don't have any brand I use. It's inbuilt in my station.
Yeah. I'm assuming that your loop pedal builds on it, so you can do like a piano or guitar and then vocals, and it just, or 2 or 3 levels of guitar, right? Like where you build upon it.
Absolutely, because I do the authentic sound of just the acoustic guitar, but you make it more interesting if you add layers to it, as you say.
For sure.
And I have a 5-track pedal, but it's interesting as well sometimes to build and then take it back. It's just sometimes it's really weird, but sometimes it's the space around the music which speaks.
Levi's over here shaking his head. Yes.
Quietness, sometimes not to.
I'm like, Stephanie, you and I should just step away and
let these guys
that could be a whole thing right now.
Levi says MXR carbon copy.
Okay, MXR carbon copy.
Write it down.
I will check it out. Thank you very much.
He said it's like having a keyboard swell behind your acoustic.
That's always what I need.
How much does this cost?
How much does this cost?
It's worth it.
He says it's worth every penny. He has 2. I don't know what it costs either. We're just gonna.
You would say.
We just live in ignorance.
Yeah, he doesn't tell you, Stephanie. Same like that.
It makes them happy. So whatever.
Oh, nice. Thank you so much for the tip.
Yeah, exactly. Me and Magali, we do more like sing-along songs around the campfire, but obviously not campfire on the boat. But we will sit and we'll strum along, Brown Eyed Girl, Fleetwood Mac, whatever. Stefan doesn't do that. He's not the jammer strummer. He's like the soundscape artist.
Okay, got you.
That's good.
Excuse me, that sounds like a lot of fun still. Either way, both sides of it sound fun. All right. What is your favorite charter memory?
Oh, it's hard to
there
pick
was, for instance, I think often it's related with kids on the boat, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, I have to tell you, so we didn't know how it would be go down 7 years ago with kids on the boat.
Yeah, we
But
never
now,
had kids on.
I actually see first of all, they have this fresh, totally beautiful energy and they just want to do everything if they're not hooked to the phone too much. But as well, often the parents, they really want to connect with the kids and they do whatever it takes. We listen to rap music the whole week just to make the kids happy. Yeah. Or I do for 2 hours in a circle wakeboarding. Sometimes it really happens. We had one guy from America, he came with his 10-year-old son who just did his first dive course. And I was still leading the dive and having an eye on them, but I let him do the explanation and the fish and thing, and he got so into it.
And at first I was like, we're not training a 10-year-old. That's what 10-year-old is responsible enough to do a dive course. He was the coolest kid. I loved him. I told his mum, I was like, if I could have one like that, I would have had 10. Yeah, he was just magical. And then he would sit there with me and we'd be like, Aiden, do you want anything? And he'd go, you guys, you're working so hard. I feel bad to ask you for anything, but could I possibly get a virgin pina colada? And I'd be like, you will get pineapple slices and cherry and all the cream on top. He was my favorite. And he would help me lay the table and he was just so fun. So I think it's more people. It's the people, specific people that really stay in our heads, and then surprising people as well who like will get their butt slapped on the Willie T tattoo and you're like, oh, you, I never imagined you.
We seem to be really lucky. We get a lot of repeats and we click with people, and this is just fun. I mean,
it's all about good people.
When people can let go, and there's something to love about everyone, and it's just, if this really, the spark comes out, and it's
magical. Very cool. What is interesting about or unique about you as a crew?
Oh, I think definitely everything, but definitely the wellness element. The fact that I know a lot of people have got a yoga teacher certificate or something, but this is part of our life. From the minute you come on, you're going to get real, genuine, authentic welcome, heartfelt. We genuinely love meeting people. We love having people on board. I love looking after mums who are working so hard all the time, and they finally get to sit and put their feet up and ask somebody else to bring them a drink or a tea in bed or whatever, and just it's the small things that make the difference. Little bedside notes by their bed we leave them. Yeah, I don't know. You want to continue?
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's our age or something, but I don't distort myself. What you get. We're very open. We care our heart on our sleeves, what you say.
Yes, your heart on your sleeve.
So we like to give hugs. We like to celebrate together. And we like the connection.
And read the room. Always read the room.
Yeah, and I do like because it's supposed to be a unique experience. Yeah, I always think it's when you come home and you do the same thing, it's like a restaurant, and it's like like impersonal, like a gym studio or something. But this is ocean was for us always something with connection. When we did passages, that's really close. You get connected, and this is something. So we are very open, very genuine,
and we like people to experience the beauty in nature. And so it's not just about the drinking, the eating, and watching a movie. It's really about, wow, that's so beautiful. Look at this reef, and explaining certain things to them if they're interested. But I think as well, definitely listening is a good skill of all of ours. And obviously we're doing yoga, meditation, soundscapes, ecstatic dance, cacao ceremonies, Thai massage.
Yeah.
Like it's definitely a really different charter experience. And we've had lots of guests who obviously have chartered, 20 times. And they're like, this is so different. And you guys we really make sure it's exactly what they need. something really special. And it's not just the run-of-the-mill, like the bog standard, just going around in the same circle, doing the same thing and just cranking it out. We really love what we do.
Yeah. So you're super genuine, where a lot of crew are just going through the motions, kind of.
I guess, yeah, it just depends.
Sometimes.
We're all different.
Yeah, you're all different.
Yeah, we're all different.
Yeah.
And we definitely want to be different. I think that's the other thing.
We want to be us. Everyone is great. Everyone's
we don't just want to just just anybody send us anything and whatever. No, it's please pick us because you picked us, and your guests are going to really enjoy these things that we offer, because I get questions all the time from my colleagues like, oh, like, how are you doing this, and can we do yoga, and where can we do this? Because people are actually asking for something a little different. They want something more, and they want to have memories that kind of also influence their lives when they go home. And it's not just like 1 week and then it's all forgotten and all you've got is pictures. It's like, oh, I learned this really cool like breathwork technique or a new skill.
I want to come on the boat.
We want you to come on the boat. Bring Levi and his wah-wah pedal.
His wah-wah. There is a wah-wah pedal, but there is.
Well done, Chloe.
Oh yeah, he doesn't use one, but yeah, I was like, yes, there is one. Back in the day, you had one. You started somewhere. Anyway, what is your craziest guest story?
Most of them are surround bodily fluids and things we probably shouldn't talk about.
But so one thing came to our mind. So we were with the owner of the boat and the boss once in Down Island.
And in Beckway.
Oh no. Yeah. And there was a tropical depression approaching. So we already moved a bit from the north of the Grenadines down more south, found a nice anchorage, just getting ready for dinner. And then
we kept checking the weather.
They bring out a completely new prediction. It would strengthen hurricane category 2, go different direction. And what do we do? So we just finished dinner earlier and we sailed all night and
we were like,
half of the day.
How do you feel like doing an overnight passage down island
and
to get away from this?
Yeah. And then we just dropped anchor somewhere in Grenada for one night and then we sailed straight back up. But he was such a great sport. And we had such...
Oh, yeah. We were like eating granola bars at midnight and singing like Bohemian Rhapsody at the top of our lungs in the rain, all in our wet weather gear. And so that was probably the craziest. You don't want to have that kind of charter experience.
No.
Obviously.
You were singing to release all that stress because you were freaking out.
We all knew it was a possibility. But yeah.
It was.
We probably shouldn't tell this. See?
That's a good one. I liked it.
Yeah, that was definitely living on the edge, I think.
Yeah. We've done all the questions. See, it wasn't that bad.
No, thank you so much.
Yeah, no, thanks, Stephanie. Thanks for your time and for the invitation. And I hope you guys come and visit us and we can do a little jam on the foredeck.
Yeah. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Bye.
Thanks, Levi. You too. Take care.
Bye.
Thank you for tuning in to the Songs in the Sails podcast. We thrive because of listeners and viewers like you. Please like, subscribe, share, and leave us a review. If you have comments and questions, please send us an email, yachtcharters@songsinthesails.com. Now, come sail away.